Florida. Come on, take a look.
Welcome to Look Around Florida. I am your host, Sean McFall, aka the Florida Man. John Jenkins, good to see you from the Missouri Division. Wow, buddy. Glad you all could be here today. I have two fine guests, Mark Best and Jerry Peacock, in the background right now. We're going to be bringing them up here in a little bit. Bobby Van Zandt from St. Pete, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Laura Schultz, wow. When you come in, make sure you say hi. And if you represent an SCV, UDC, OCR chapter, I love to hear from you guys. Derek from the Tennessee Division, welcome, buddy. Let me get this out. This way it covers my butt if anything flies out of my mouth. Charles Lorraine, good to see you. Linda and Roy Hudson in the house. All right, the disclaimer is going across the screen. Screen, not scream. Cover my butt if I say anything or anybody else. Bob Highball, Annette Lindsay's in the house. Ready. Get that out of there. Alrighty. Man, boy, was it a busy weekend. A lot of us went to Bob Highball and Camp 1865. Lee Jackson celebrations Saturday night. There was two Lee Jacksons going on. Bob Highball had one. Good turnout. Good speaker. He had Bobby Grenier speaking. A lot of the winter, from what I've been told, a lot of the this past weekend winter storms messed a lot of people up. But Bob Highball and his camp overcome, adapted, still had a great speaker, fun, everything. Finley's Brigade had their Lee Jackson. We're going to let Mark Best go into details on that here in a little bit. We got Brigadier General J.J. Alfred Montan, Camp 786 from Louisiana. Woo! Oh, a couple of people from Louisiana joining Alan. Lewis, how you been, buddy? Haven't seen you for a while. Let me put this up. This way you can see, you'll be able to see some of the comments that are coming in, either if you're on Facebook or YouTube. We stream to both. Glad you can be here, Lewis. Like I said, busy weekend. We're gonna use a little video that Bob Highball's camp put out on their Facebook page. Kind of give you an idea of their Lee Jackson. As soon as I find it, I had it up. There we go. Let me bring that up. Ready. Let me share the screen. Oop. This is what I was saying. They overcome, adapted, and it was a very good Lee Jackson dinner. Whoop. Let me stop sharing that. Ready. Very good. Bob Highball and Camp 1865. Well done. So, yes, thanks, Derek, for mentioning that. With the winter storm, we do have some brothers and sisters outside of Florida that may have some power issues in that. Radio station I listen to that's out of I think Colorado area. One of their speakers is living in a hotel right now because they haven't had power since Saturday. Keep that in mind and donate to the relief fund. Let's help out our brothers that might be having some issues up there all over the South. Thank you, Derek, for that. Ready. Let's bring up our guest. Hi, gentlemen. How you doing tonight?
Hello, Sean.
Excellent, excellent.
Good. Alrighty. Mark, let's start out with you, and you can talk about your Lee Jackson, anything else you want.
Well, first, thanks for letting me on the show. Our Lee Jackson was a smashing success. We had a young lady who was she's a first impressionist, and she portrays Rose O'Neal Greenhow, who we all affectionately know as Confederate Rose. She came all the way down from New York for this event. She did a 1 hour presentation. There was not a sound in the room. It was dead quiet while she did her work. You would have thought that Rose was in the room with you. What she did, she went, she went through Rose's life all the way up into her imprisonment and her eventual banishment to the South. Now there's a part 2, which talks about when Rose goes to Europe and does her politicking in Europe, writes the book sales, returns to the southern states, and her untimely demise. So we have been fortunate that she's agreed to return to our Lee Jackson, our 35th annual Lee Jackson next year to do part 2. So if anyone was at the Lee Jackson this year, sure, when we get everything out, you get your ticket so you can see part 2. As an added attraction, Tom and Gail Jesse attended as paying guests. But Tom was gracious enough, he wore his General Lee uniform. Ooh. General Lee and Rose Greenhow actually met in Richmond in 1863, and she wrote a letter to President Jefferson Davis describing that. It was so interesting that everyone was on the edge of their seats. So if anyone missed it, sorry. If you get a chance to see her in action, you need to see it. The storm did cause us some problems. She came in, everything was fine. Her flights were getting canceled. She's supposed to leave on Sunday. They kept getting canceled. We finally were able to get her home today. So she had 2 days of Southern hospitality with my wife and I.
I have a picture of her. Is it okay to put it up, Mark?
Oh, absolutely. There she is.
Sorry, Jerry.
Now, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here a little bit. She wears a black dress. She's in mourning. And everyone's wondering, why do you wear the black dress? Well, she was in mourning for her daughter, Gertrude. It wasn't until she goes to Europe that she starts to wear colors again. And she'll explain that in part 2. But I learned things about Rose O'Neal Greenhow that I never knew. I never had an idea. What an intriguing woman. Some of the techniques they use to pass information. She was a remarkable lady. And Miss Lapasardi, she just does an incredible job. Some of you may have seen her in Charleston, where she appeared. So, but I got her again, boys. You can't have her.
Hey,
That,
Amen.
Mark, I did find this picture also. The crowd that you had there.
Yes, that was taken from the podium. Uh, that was kind of funny because went up and I got everybody's attention. I took a picture real quick and I said, "Y'all gonna be on Facebook tomorrow."
Well, should have mentioned Look Around Florida too.
I should have. A shameless plug.
That's all right.
Yeah, 91 Texas Roadhouse did the catering. As always, the food was excellent. The ladies of the Mary Ann Harvey Black Chapter Number 5 OCR did the decorations. Gentlemen, camp commanders, if you have an OCR, use them. Work with these ladies. They will amaze you with their skills. My wife, Lisa, is the chapter president for Mary Ann Harvey Black. And I told her, when we do the Lee Jackson, the decorations are up to you girls. Because if it was up to me, everything would be camouflage. So we let them run wild. And you can see they just did a marvelous job. I couldn't thank them enough.
Oh yeah, it looked like a great turnout, and everybody was happy according to the pictures.
Yeah, I can't thank Tom Jesse enough. He was a paid ticket holder, and yet graciously wore his uniform, so people could photograph him and Rose together. When are you going to have those two in the same room?
Good question. Amen. I can get Thomas just anytime, but I got to get with you to get her information.
I'll send it to you. I will tell you this: if you're going to get Tom, get him quick, because he books out a year in advance.
Oh, I know he does.
I'll see him again in March when he comes to Natural Bridge. So
yeah,
and he'll probably be a little lusty again. So
yep, he usually is. I know he's normally at a lusty.
Yeah.
Ooh, alrighty.
Is everybody ready for a reunion?
Yeah. Well, amen.
Yep. I am looking forward to reunion.
I'm just waiting for the website to get rocking and rolling and up, and I can start promoting it so we all can pre-register.
Yep.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Speaking of
I'm
reunion, as we know, this year it is an election year. We've already had some announcements go out. It's in Ocala, Lewis.
Yes.
From what I'm understanding, it's back at the same hotel location as it was last year. As soon as Bob Highball gets everything together, he'll be back on and go into details with us. As we know, it's an election year. We've already had some announcements. Who wants to go?
Well, since it's an election year, I'll jump out of the tree first. I am currently the 5th Lieutenant Commander for Division and the commander of Finley's Brigade. I just got reelected as commander of Finley's Brigade. So why not? I'm going to throw my hat in the ring to continue as 5th Lieutenant Commander, and I'll keep doing that until they throw my hat out. So.
Thank you. Are you hoping? What kind of ideas? Or are ideas you're working with your brigade commanders and your camp commanders you found some success with?
Well, it's getting everybody on the same sheet of music. I think Commander Hart has done a tremendous job with division. And we're going to have a new division commander and a new adjutant. Everything's going to be brand new. So there's going to be some growing pains. Everyone, we just need to get together. Camp commanders need to talk with their brigade commanders and talk to your lieutenant commanders. We all need to work together to keep it as strong as we have it now. I would like to see more of the camps work together. When I was 3rd Brigade commander, my goal was to get all the camps in the brigade to work together on a single project of something. It's kind of hard to herd all them cats together, but that's what a brigade is supposed to do. Is you work, the camp works within itself, the camps work within the brigades work within the regions. So I would love to be able to see brigade events, things like that going on. But we're not going to be able to do it without the help of the brigade commanders cracking the whip and being the cheerleaders. And then that's going to have to fall down to the camp commanders, who we're going to have to be the cheerleaders for the camp. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it goes. Whoever the next division commander is going to be, he's going to have his work cut out for him.
Right. Alrighty. Thanks, Bob Highball. As we're on the subject of reunion, Bob Highball did put this out. The reunion website will be live soon. I'll let you all know when it is. Jason Boshears is booked as the speaker for the reunion banquet. Woo!
I know a lot of people have seen past CIC Boshears speak. If you haven't, you need to take the opportunity to go see him. I always liked him because he doesn't speak at you, he speaks to you.
Yep.
And he just captures your attention, and you're hanging on every word, and you even learn something when he's done.
Yeah. Alrighty. Jerry, would you like to go?
Well, thank you. I'd like to give you a big thanks, Sean, for having your podcast, having us all on, and having, multiple guests. I think that's what keeps our whole family together of history. Mark, it's an honor and privilege to be here with you. I'd like to say, if I may, Mark, may I add something with your Rose O'Neill Greenhow? She was one of my particular studies several years back, did a lot of research. She was a very unique person. She was one of the best superb Confederate spies, you might say, we had. I was very impressed with her life's work. She had a rough time, after she lost her husband, still in Society of Washington, D.C., gaining information and growing. Everything was really, I'd say, on the top level, and it's a shame she lost her life so young. There, I think in late October of 1864, we were fortunate to do a reenactment at Fort Fisher. Our unit was in North Carolina, and we visited her grave right there, right out. Well, now it's kind of outside of Wilmington, right there. Beautiful grave. But she was one of our main heroes. And just to top it off, I'm a firm believer in the UDC, the OCR, the Rose, all of that, because everybody knows, or should know, that without our Southern ladies, they were our backbone during the war. And even after the war, look where our monuments came from, and even statues. So I'll just leave it at that. They are our perfect heroes, and we need to give them support as much as they have supported us over the decades. But I'd like to say also that I am running for Lieutenant Commander of Central Florida. And with that said, if I may go back in time a little bit, I am from North Carolina, born and raised, retired from the city of Greensboro with 38 years service, joined SCV Camp 668 in High Point, one of the best. I didn't know it at the time, but they were one of the best camps in North Carolina, and I learned a lot, had some good fellowship there. They planned strong meetings, had good speakers, and kept the interest up. And I'm proud to say, I think it was 1998, not through my expertise at all, but they did win the state camp of the year. So that's just my background with them. They taught me a lot. I learned a lot. Once I retired from the city of Greensboro, my wife and I, we moved down to Florida, of course, been down here slightly over 20 years. I joined Camp 741, which was chartered out of Tavares, but due to the residences and the way people would move and relocate, we have met in Tavares. We've met a lot in Leesburg. Now we're meeting, or the camp's meeting in Lady Lake. And that's just due to the surrounding area where the residences and our members live. So the camp is actually adapting to our membership, or to the membership. I was a member of that for many years. I felt I had put a lot into that camp, and it was, in my opinion, it was a good camp, a solid camp, still is. But I got a question sent to me by a good friend of mine, and he wanted me to check out another local camp in the same brigade, 8th Brigade, and that is Camp 1786. John C. Breckenridge, General John C. Breckenridge Camp. They meet in Oxford, which is right here adjacent to the villages. I think the line for the villages runs one way, and right beside of it is the community of Oxford, Florida. The camp's been in existence for 3 decades. They do quite a bit locally. We're trying to get them to expand and like I think we all should, maybe get out of our box and go further, go to the next community, the next town over, the next county, the next camp. It's what we need, in my opinion, is more camaraderie with the camps, the camp commanders, the brigades. I'm all for a close knit. Now, I know we each have our regions, you might say. I know in each region, each lieutenant commander has their camps they're purposely responsible for or look directly to. But I'm all for going in a combination. If we can help another camp do something, or they ask for this, and maybe we have a man in the camp that can do it, I'm all for it. It's what we need to do. If you live in one neighborhood and you stay in just that one neighborhood for Lord knows how long, you're going to miss out on a lot of good people that you could meet, you could identify with and learn from and help each other. So I'm all about that. That's what I believe we're here for. Not to stay apart or just once a year get together. No, every day is a day that God gave us, and we need to share it out there with our members, with our neighbors, especially with historians. Right now, this came along through Bob Highball, Commander Highball, and it came along through Bobby Grenier. Everybody knows Bobby Grenier. He's the best Yankee we ever had in the SCV, as far as I know, as far as I can tell. He's gotten together a format with the historical societies, museums, all around Florida. They meet quarterly at a junction spot, and everybody's invited to go to attend the meetings. The next meeting we're going to is February the 5th. We're meeting in Sorrento at an old church. I think it was there since 1886. And we're going to, Bob Highball and myself, we're going to go there and stay and meet with all the other historical societies. We get to meet and learn everything of what's going on around us and beyond us. And the good news is, we being of the SCV, they get to meet us and they get to know us. And once we get going together, they know, they understand what we're about, what our history refers to, and the truth in history. So that's a very vital link for me. is whatever we do with the SCV on any occasion, on any event, regardless, the truth in history is what will prevail, and it's what will win us the battles without question. But that's just my feelings, and I just want to express that passionately because that's what I believe. I'd be looking forward to meeting these other camps, getting out more, go beyond this territory, this line, this zone. I feel like it's a good thing. Matter of fact, I'll mention again with Bob Highball, he is the 8th Brigade commander. He's already got an officer's call set up for February the 7th. It's in Ocala. He's already sent out word, so everybody's being alerted and given enough ahead of notice to make plans. And I think we've got a goodly number that's going to attend. And as you know, an officer's call, even though it's titled an officer's call, it's pretty much the doors are open for, the members themselves to come in, and they can express whatever, share whatever, and learn. And that's what we're all about. That's what I believe in. I have had a world of experience with the SCV. I love it. People do not realize what history really teaches us. If you'll just look and dig and research deep enough, you will find the truth. It's there. It's like Jefferson Davis said, our enemies they've crushed the seed into the ground. So the seed will come back as truth does. It'll grow up and come out. So that's what we're all about, and that's what I feel the South is. And I'll be glad to take any questions. I'm just sent out a statement declaring I'm running for the lieutenant commander for this region, the central part of Florida. And I've also got my email, and of course you can text me, call me. I've got my number on there, whatever. Any questions or whatever. Do you have any questions, Sean? Anything particular come to mind?
Yeah, something you taught, you and Mark both touched on, working with the camp commanders and brigade commanders
Yes.
in your area.
Yes.
Now, will you plan, if elected, on doing officers' calls with your camp commanders and brigade commanders?
Most definitely. That's top of the list. We need to get together. I mean, this business of running into somebody and they were at the last meeting whenever, how that works, or it's happened in the past. No. For me, the whole success of it is a direct, straightforward communication, keeping it going back and forth, sending notices, sending reports, sending events, sending the calendar dates. And for me, and I've learned the hard way over the years, a lot of our members, we all have to admit, sometimes they get a little slack. But if you send them the notices and you keep it going repetitiously, there's no way in the world they can come up somewhere down the road and say, gosh, I would have made it. I would have been there if I just had another couple of weeks notice. And that used to infuriate me to no end. But as you get older, you learn to deal with these things.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in full communications, not letting up on it. And I don't care. And I've had people to tell me just nicely, you send these out a lot. I see them all the time. Well, good. That they don't know it, but they've complimented me. That's what I want to do. But you can never send enough notices repetitiously to make them aware, to not let them forget, and just let them know, hey, wake up, we're here.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
What kind of ideas you got to promote the SCV in your region to help recruit?
Recruiting has always been a thorn in our side. There's multiple ways to go about it. I think we need to get our name out there more, our organization's name. I don't care how we do it. That should be out there in the public's eye. I don't care if you hand out the cards or some other, I think Camp 1865, for example, they give out these like a computer coin, and it's got a lot of information on there. Any substance at all that we can try, experiment. It's really a lot about experimentation. There's not one single way to do it. I mean, technically, but we've got to get our name out there. We've got to get the correct, right exposure. And every time we do that, and every time we're out there, it doesn't matter where or what's going on or what event, doesn't matter. We've got to be the gentleman of the whole group. And we cannot let ourselves be dragged this way or pull that way, or even some people will try to get you a little bit infuriated or ask these weird questions. You know that, and I know it. We can't fall for that. When we're out there in public, it's up to us to manner our own self, to control our own self, and be the gentleman that our ancestors would be at the right time in the right place. That's what I feel like that's a requirement for us. It's a hidden requirement.
Yeah, which falls in that getting our name out in the community.
Yes. And the other thing, if I may interrupt, forgive me, and I have to, I'm so happy to see it. Bob Highball has come up with this whole theme of services to the community. Now, what that's about could be anything like a veteran headstone might need replacing, or maybe a veteran. I think he come up, they came to him about a veteran didn't have a headstone. Well, goodness sakes. That would be up to us to, as American citizens, to get that headstone. They deserve it. That veteran deserves it. His family deserves it. But that's just one step of a community service. Maybe a gentleman or an elderly lady needs I don't care, it could be like a steps put up so they could walk down the steps to, get to the car. Any kind of a helpful manner that would help. And you got to realize when we go out there, and I think Bob Highball's been doing it, they put out a sign like in the yard, like a realtor puts out a sign in the yard when they're going to sell a house or attempt to. Well, Bob Highball, they've come up with this same game plan. The SCV should have a sign, and they do. They're beautiful SCV signs placed out in the yard or at the corner of the intersection. They might see us over there doing headstone cleaning, a cemetery cleanup, anything we're doing. Maybe we're delivering something to an elderly person that can't get out. We can put a sign there and just get the recognition that we deserve and our organization deserves. So it's all about promoting ourselves more to the community and more to the people that we can reach out to. When people go by and see something going on, they're going to question, like, what are they doing? What does it consist of? Well, they see something and that draws them into the next step. And all of a sudden, we finally get to say, hey, we're the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Our people here, this group, we're doing this. We're doing it for our community. That's what we're about. And and I know that will go volumes to help our name, our reputation. That's what we believe in. We're actually promoting ourselves for all the right reasons. And it's a way to get our name and face and our organization and what we're doing, not just the name and the title, but it's getting what we're doing. They're seeing this work done over here. They said, hey, that's Sons of Confederate Veterans are doing that. That's pretty good. So I think it's an outstanding method that he's put in place. And I understand that other divisions, the Tennessee division just mentioned one, they've come along with it and they're really sold on it. So that's just an idea that they've developed. I think it's very useful and it's something that Florida, of course, 1865 deserves all the credit, but it can help every division and every camp in Florida.
Okay.
I look at it like Jesus told the disciples, go ye into the world.
Yes.
And spread the
Yeah,
world.
you have to, as my friend and mentor Kelly Crocker once told me, sometimes thou must tooteth thy own horn, or it will surely tooteth not.
Very true.
Well,
Very true.
I
Good
just
brother.
got a phone call.
Yeah.
I got a phone call before the show started. A gentleman found us on our website, and he's interested in joining. So I will inundate him with information. Don't be embarrassed that you are a member.
Right.
I tell people, yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do. I will give you all the information you need. And yes, you're going to have the ones that, they try to make a scene out of it. My go-to is that famous Southern saying, well, bless your heart.
And that is true. Yes.
Well, that ties into a good friend of mine that's in the chat right now, past Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshiers used to say, if not us, who?
Right.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
And if everybody just took the time, take advantage of the recruitment funds through the division. If we have it again next year, take advantage.
Very
People
good.
love trinkets and beads. Okay. I have tried you give them a copy of Confederate magazine and an application, the pamphlet information. They wander around with it, and then you see it in the trash can.
Yep.
They don't want to carry stuff around all day. The coins work nice. Something they can put in their pocket and tote around with them.
Yeah.
The business cards, just explain it to them. Hey, what are you guys? I'm not afraid to tell people when someone comes to the house to work on something or to do something. Hey, you from around here? Yeah, fourth generation. You got any Confederates? I bet you do. Let's find one.
Yeah.
And you start
Amen.
digging them up, and they start getting really interested.
Yes.
So, and when you're doing something, invite people over. We've started something, putting the wreaths on headstones, Confederate headstones in the cemeteries. And I had people come over. Well, what are you doing? Well, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And like Jerry said, we've gotten headstones for veterans. I don't care if you're a veteran and they need a headstone. We got one for a black family.
Amen.
They've been waiting 15 years to get a headstone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got one for them. So people are smart. They know we're not the evildoers that we get put on to be. But you got to put yourself out there. You got to pump yourself up.
Yes.
Yep.
And if I may, Mark, I am a firm believer, whether it's your front yard or wherever anybody can see the flag, I'm a firm believer, fly our flag. I mean,
I agree. And that leads me into something else. Our flag sites.
Yes, good.
Our flag sites. I am very passionate about our flag sites.
Amen.
Finley's Brigade has the first flag site ever dedicated in Florida. And we are very territorial of it. One of my sergeant at arms, I bet you if I called him right now, he could tell you what the wind speed is going to be for the next 10 days. But we take every opportunity to have a flag out there. And we put some of the coins that we got for the recruitment, I left on on the flag stand. And last time I checked, they were all gone.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody's been visiting. Maybe we'll get a phone call. So support your flag sites, gentlemen.
Yes.
These things are expensive to maintain. The last flag we bought was a 10 by 15 and it was $400.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of security and maintenance in there that,
Yeah.
average Joe Blow, they don't realize. It's one of the best advertisements that placed in the right location. And I got to give Jeffro, Cotton, Butch Fox, David King, there at I-4 and I-75. Zillions of tourists, cars, trucks go by there every day, and they see our flag. And when they go by,
Jerry, 1 second.
yes,
Hey, if you're going to make comments, please be respectful. We're trying to be respectful and not say anything negative. You coming in our house, this is a warning. Be respectful or bye. Sorry, Jerry.
no, I'm sorry. I apologize. But
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Bless their heart.
bless their heart. Amen. But I want everybody to know that between Jeffro, Cotton, Butch Fox, they handle that flag site like it was in their backyard. And it's seen by a zillion automobiles, families, by the tens of thousands every day. It's something so unique. I want to say it's just perfectly free advertisement, which it is. But like Mark said, you go to purchase flags. First of all, I think you're limited in who has them, where you have to get them from. But also, none of them are cheap, and they've gotten more and more and more expensive. But like Mark knows, with flag sites, you're talking about maybe having it lighting lit up. Maybe you're talking about security. Maybe you're talking about maintenance. I mean, you got to go in there and mow and clean up and get things, keep it updated and keep it, in order. I mean, you just don't put up a flag and go away. Like Mark said, Mr. Wynn comes along, and I think between Jeffro and Butch, they back and forth with each other. It's up to 12 miles an hour, and then 14, and then back down to 11, and the whole 24-hour scheme is how much the wind's doing. What is it doing? Because that's most destructive on our flags, of course. But Bob Highball, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep overdoing anything, but I do want to say that one of his contacts in the last few months, down on I-4, down toward Davenport, Florida, that way toward Orlando, the gentleman has come forth and donated the land right there on I-4. Perfect flag site. So that's because Bob Highball had the contact information right out there, like you mentioned earlier, Mark. Somebody out of the blue, whoever calls, it rings right into Camp 1865. Bob Highball gets it. Boom. A miracle of miracles. We get a perfect flag site.
As a career law enforcement officer, I was always taught you never know who's watching.
Amen.
And what they're gonna get out of your actions.
Right.
So you never know who's watching. I try to live the way our ancestors would have lived, with some Southern chivalry and genteel. So we just keep plugging along. I was born into this thing. I'm gonna die in it. So
amen.
Well, I got some major news.
Uh-oh.
I know a lot of you. A couple of weeks ago, we had David King on, talked about the Cavalry Monument. Well, I am pleased to announce this. It is at the Pioneer Museum in Dade City.
Amen. Look at that. Yes, beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful. That's the process of moving it to relocate it.
And combination of the early camp and the lovely ladies with the Plant City UDC.
Yes.
There's a couple of them right there.
Yes. Amen.
It is.
Yeah,
Been,
I'm
go ahead, Mark.
working on a guy. I'm working on a gentleman right now. His fourth great grandfather was in the Cal Cavalry, and he's buried not too far away. I know where he's at, and I'm trying to get this young man into the SCV. So just keep picking at him.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Sean and Mark. I want to say one man in my mind dealing with this Cal Calvary stone monument like Wayne Sweat. He's one of the chieftains, there at the Pioneer Museum, like a charter member setup, and he was all in on this thing, full force, to negotiate, you might say, with the Cattlemen's Association and working things out with them that was suitable and agreeable, for everybody. And without Wayne Sweat getting in there in the trenches to do all that, so we could get the Cal monument, get it moved and get it relocated. So thank you, Wayne Sweat, wherever you are, young man. Yes.
Well, Wayne didn't do it alone. Donna McPherson was involved.
Forgive me. I don't mean to leave anybody out.
No.
I'm the world's worst.
That does bring up another thing.
Yeah.
The Florida Guardian Program.
I was just getting ready to go into that. Go for it, Mark.
It was my honor and privilege to present Madam President Annette Lindsay of the Florida OCR her certificate and pin declaring her our 47th Guardian in Florida.
Hey. We're up to 47 now. Wow.
Now, what I like to do, I like to say, how many Guardians do we have in the room? Raise your hand. How many Guardians should we have in the room? Everybody.
Yep.
There's 11,600 Confederate veterans documented buried in Florida. Chances are there's one close by to you. So you want information on the Guardian program? I'm not hard to find. I'm on Facebook. Shoot it to me. I'll get you the application. It's easy.
Hey, Mark, is it only for SCV members?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because when we cranked this thing up, we talked to Calvin, and Calvin was very forward thinking and liked the idea. We have opened up the Florida Division Guardian program to Florida Division members, UDC members, OCR members, and friends of the SCV.
Good. Great.
So you can be, anybody wants to be a Guardian that has a love for their Southern heritage, come and see us. I got 100 new pins, and they're waiting to have names put up.
Good, yep. Good.
And if you don't have a CERT program involved with your camp, feel free to hit me up. Mark, Jerry, did you get trained yet?
Oh, yes. Yes, I've been trained. Thank the Lord, yes.
Not only it's for cleaning Confederate graves, just like Jerry was talking about, it also helps get you involved with the community in cleaning entire cemeteries.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and people don't. A lot of people don't know about it, but I was asked the other day about another CERT class. So I'm waiting, hoping things will warm up here and we'll be able to get back out in the field and get some of that going.
Yes.
Yep. I've been hit up by 2 historical societies to do programs for them.
Well, I'll tell you this, gentlemen. I got to pat myself on the back. I'm pretty proud of it. With our CERT training and what we did in Finley's Brigade, we were actually approved 2 years ago, approved by the Florida State Park Service to clean the monument at Natural Bridge.
Wow.
Hey.
Isn't that reenactment coming up, Mark?
First weekend in March. Full weekend in March. Yeah, so come on out, root for the home side. They're pretty. I got to admit, the Federals are pretty persistent. They show up every year, and we whoop them every year. So
Good. Keep whipping them.
yeah,
I hear Jerry. I hear Jerry has a drum and he will travel.
it's pretty funny because the Second Regiment U.S. Colored Troops have their impressionists and their group there, and looks we get. Here we are standing in Confederate uniform, and we're over there laughing and joking with these guys. And people have actually come up and said, aren't y'all supposed to be fighting with each other? Oh, that's at 3:00.
Yeah. That's on the schedule.
Yeah. We're going to go try and whoop each other at 3:00.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing about this organization. We have multiple different color people involved. With this organization due to the fact our ancestors. Confederate Army was the most diverse army at that time.
Yes.
Whites, blacks, Native Americans, Hispanics. The list goes on.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think just about every race and religion was represented in the Confederate Army.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've read, if you look up the 10th Louisiana Regiment, that they were so diverse, and it almost got complicated, that when the general would give an order, down the line, they had to have the interpreters to pass it to their troops. But that shows you how diverse we were.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way through.
If you look at the cow cavalry, yes, it was cattlemen, but it was also Seminoles were involved with it. Florida Seminoles, yes, there was a Seminole Mounted Volunteer Unit out of Oklahoma. Food for thought.
Well, we're running out of time, so let me throw a shameless plug out real quick, if I may.
Go for it.
If you haven't taken the opportunity to support either Oakwood or Hollywood cemeteries in Richmond, Virginia,
Yes.
please consider it. These men are lying there unmarked, and Kelly says, and I've taken it to heart, in 50 years, no one may know we had anything to do with getting markers for these men, but they will know they're a Confederate soldier.
Amen.
And they're buried there.
Yes.
So if you want information on either one of those cemeteries, you can get with me. We'll get you the information. It's a noble cause, and we're doing the right thing.
Mark, can you elaborate on how many Confederate soldiers out of our division, the OCR and the UDC, got headstones for?
I don't have the accurate numbers in front of me. The Hollywood Cemetery is your cheapest route. You can get a marker there for $200 because unlike Oakwood Cemetery that has the Oakwood rule, where you know how that works.
Yeah.
You've got the little square concrete marker with 3 numbers on it, and each number represents a soldier, and the VA considers that to be they are marked. So they will not issue a marker. Hollywood, it's the other way, that you can actually get a VA marker.
Oh.
The Hollywood Cemetery, however, is an active cemetery. So Mark and Jerry and Sean can't go up there and plant a marker. The cemetery staff has to do that.
Oh,
And I understand it's, insurance purposes, and you don't want to damage anything, and they have okay, that's fine. But for $200, the camp up there, they do the paperwork, they submit for the marker, you get the marker, and the cemetery staff puts it in.
yes.
So our camp has supported both cemeteries, and we're planning on doing it some more. So it's just the right thing. Even if you get one, just one, that's one less we have to leave a blank spot for,
Yes.
because they are somebody's relative. They will live in us forever. I mean, they're in our DNA. If not for them, we would not be here.
Amen.
Yeah.
So we do owe them a debt.
Right.
So I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. I hope everyone else would consider it.
Exactly. Yeah. The one thing that with being involved with different organizations, all circle around cemeteries during the month of wreaths across America. The one thing they teach us is when we're placing that wreath on that grave, shout out that veteran's name so
Yes.
they are not forgotten.
Amen.
Let them hear us.
Well done.
Yeah.
Sean, if I may leave you with this, you and
Sure.
Mark. Donnie Kennedy came to our camp last Saturday, the 24th, and traveled all the way, of course, from Louisiana. With the weather getting terrible, like they said, he drives here at 11 hours Friday evening, Friday night. We have our camp during the day, noontime, have luncheon, and of course the lovely Granville Bevel UDC, they prepared the lunch for our camp 1786. He comes in, does his presentation and talk, and after 11-hour drive and virtually no rest, and the weather's getting worse by the minute, which he's kept an eye on. He finally decided he needed to go back home directly after our meeting. Well, he left a little bit before our meeting actually ended, but that was to get him going on the highway. So he drives 11 hours here, turns around and gives our presentation, another excellent presentation, and then hops in his car about 2:30 or so in the afternoon, way before we ended, and then hightails it back to Louisiana, but it took him 13 hours because the weather had hit or started to hit and got worse and worse and worse. And he said by the next morning when he, finally gets to Louisiana, he said all the power poles, they were torn down, tree limbs, debris everywhere, no power where he was. And I was just amazed that here's like me, an elderly gentleman driving 11 hours here, doing a presentation, turning right around because he had to, 13 hours back. And that had to be one heck of a drive. But that was Donnie Kennedy, and you just wonder, that'd be a hard road for anybody to get done.
I like to
Yes,
tell
sir.
people I don't do this because I have to. I do it because I love to.
Yes.
Honor and respect for our ancestors.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, as we're getting ready to wrap up our show, if you're interested in the Florida Division, please check out our sponsor, flscv.org. That is the Florida Division SCV's website. Please check it out. If you're looking for a camp, you just moved here, that website can definitely help you out.
Mark, I'm voting for David King, Bob Highball, Roy, and you.
You got my vote, Jerry.
I'll just come out with it. It doesn't matter. It's true.
Yeah, we have supported Roy Hudson.
Yes.
Charles is an excellent, true Southern gentleman. But much like General Lee, my loyalties lie with Florida.
Amen. He's our Florida man, and we got to stay with him. He'll be our leader. Yes.
And Art Hayes, you brought up a good point. It is cold in Florida. Please watch out for fallen lizards coming out of the trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Already.
Hey, let me ask a question about that real quick. So we got the falling iguanas.
Yeah.
Does that mean, since they're illegal immigrants, does that mean ICE is going to get them?
I I think Ice already got them.
Yes.
They're falling out of the trees.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No,
Wow.
we're gonna help ICE get this done. Yes, amen.
All right. There you go. Disclaimer.
All right. Many blessings. That was off the record.
All right, guys, we're wrapping everything up. Gentlemen, ladies, may God bless you in your adventures this week.
God bless you. God bless you.
If you have any news of projects or updates on a project and you would like to be featured on Look Around Florida, please hit me up. You can message me through YouTube or Facebook, and I'll get you scheduled. February 18th is already booked. We got Bobby Grenier will be on to talk about his latest book.
Good.
Alrighty. To next Tuesday. Stay Southern.
God bless.
God bless everyone. God bless the South.
South. Amen.
My name is Nelson W. Winbush. I'm a member of the Jacob Sumner Camp 1516 Sons of Confederate Veterans. My reason for joining the Sons of Confederate Veterans after the NAACP declared they would destroy and remove everything Confederate in 1990, I decided that I would do all I could to make sure that people understood what the Confederacy stood for.